What up, people? Welcome to the Butcher Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian. So this is how this is going to go. This is the intro to the Bears cast / football show. And this is going to be more of a football show versus the straight Bears cast, because I got an opportunity to speak with Minyon Garrett from the Rant Sport and Fitness. And we talked about the games that went on yesterday since the Cowboys played. So I wanted to get his opinions about that and the other game that happened yesterday, as well as stuff that's going on today. And then I'm going to play that after this. And then I'm going to play you the breakdown of the Bears and Philly game. So this is going to be 3 parts, but I'm just showing you guys that I'm just doing this now because after the Bears game is over, I'm recording this as the Bears are playing. It's going to go right into that. So, a little behind the curtain here. But anyway, see y'all in a minute. You tell me what you thought about the game now.
Okay. Tell me when.
Now.
Oh. Well, hey, I'd say the Cowboy game yesterday, it was a good one, but it really didn't prove to me anything as far as, okay, it's the playoffs, it's time for me to take over and dominate. So it was like, in my opinion, the game could have it was like any other Cowboy game we've watched the past 5-6 games. So
you're still not impressed.
I'm not impressed. I'm impressed with the victory that we got. I mean, I'm glad that we got a victory, but at the same time, though, I'm not, because as the challenges come for the weeks ahead, we got to play better. I mean, 22-24, 24-22. I mean, that's not going to do it for me. I need to see more than that out of the offense. And I mean, we've been saying it all season. We need our offense to step it up. And it seems as though like our offense steps it up like late in the fourth. I'm sorry, a plane is actually flying over my head right now. We step it up in the fourth quarter and we end up winning. Well, we can't afford to keep stepping it up just in the fourth quarter. We need to step it up. We need to step it up and win 3 quarters. Or if not 3 quarters, we need to win all 4 quarters. And with that being said, I'm grateful we won. We got a playoff win. That's awesome. That secures Jason Garrett's seat. Also, it secures Dak's seat. I feel that in this win, they got a lot of the naysayers out there to kind of turn their heads a little bit and put their noses in the air.
For now. Like Chris Arnold on the fan said on Twitter. For now, could the Dak haters kind of back off for a while? Like, because Dak actually, I mean, he had a pick. He had a pick and he had a touchdown or whatever. He had a pick or he had a touchdown. And, hold on. He had a pick or he had a touchdown. And it was 22. It was 22-33. 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And yeah, man, it was like that interception was bad. That touchdown was okay. Ezekiel Elliott like snapped off as always. 26 carries, 137, and let me move the 1 touchdown, 5.3 yards a carry. Like here's the thing. It was anybody's game until the last 6 minutes, bro. And really, Seattle like messed up. Seattle messed up the their game because it was those 2 penalties in the fourth. It was those two back-to-back pass interference penalties. Because really, the Seattle's defense had the Cowboys kind of in check the majority of the game, and in the fourth quarter until because those penalties happened on third downs.
Yes.
And then there was still a blown coverage toward the end of the game where Dallas slept on the coverage, and it was a bomb right, not to the end zone, but it was a bomb that put them in the red zone.
Right.
That you gotta help me with because I'm forgetting the time frame, but you know what I'm talking about. One of the last
plays of the game, that little route he took down the field, that little go route, man, that was nasty. I mean, and the thing is, it was like the defense, our cornerbacks just fell asleep, man. Like, and I knew exactly before it even happened. I knew that was going to happen. I said, you know what? Our cornerbacks are resting softly on these receivers right now. They're going to take it down the field because Russell Wilson, man, he'll throw it down the field. He has no problems doing that.
I think my brother said the same thing. My brother was like, he said he was nervous until Zeke got the ball. Like until it was like 4 minutes, and then they were just feeding Zeke or whatever. They ran a 4-minute offense, and and we still had a conversation about Dak, man, because he was saying like, I just wish Dak was a little bit more accurate. Like he goes, I want him to, because he looks at Brady and he looks at Tom Brady and he's like, I wish Dak would be that. Like he dissects, like Brady dissects defenses, and I wish Dak would be that guy. But he's not. Like sometimes when he's accurate, but sometimes like he overthrows and he underthrows people, and it's like I wish he could do that. Cause like if you look at that game, Dallas only had one good quarter. Like you said, the fourth quarter. The first quarter was bad. The second quarter was bad. The third quarter was terrible. Then the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying, that 14.4 quarter was really the quarter.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't going to be able to do that. It's either because because the Cowboys are going to end up playing the lowest seed, depending on what happens today. Like, because of the defense, you've already beaten the Rams. You've already beaten the Saints, and you can beat the Rams. You can beat the Rams. Although it'll be difficult because you got to go to those are away games for y'all in both situations. But the defense has shown to frazzle both of those teams. You know what I'm saying? The Bears beat the Rams, and the Cowboys and the Bears have similar defenses. So I think there's a chance for you to beat both teams, but what if it's going to be a shootout? I don't know if Dak's going to be that dude to, like, if Dak needs to put up 40 points, we've seen him do it, but can he do it consistently, though? That's what I'm worried about.
I think as far as the defense goes, I think that if we do end up having a shootout, I think our defense itself would hold its own. Mm-hmm. And Dak won't necessarily have to put up 50 points. Because you think about it. Jason Garrett was not happy with that win yesterday. And it was written all over his face.
Explain.
It was, well, from being around him, I mean, I could tell that he really did not care for that. He cared about winning, but he cared more about how he won and how he started, how he finished. Mm-hmm. And he's big on that, man. So, like, those penalties Cowboys got, the interception, the all that stuff, man. When you look at that as a coach, it's like, man, yeah, we won, but it was not of a great margin.
Mm-hmm.
And we really could have lost that game. And you got to think too about Marr, the field goal he missed. You remember that?
Yeah.
See,
bro, that's gotta like that, like field goal kicking, bro. You gotta pay for good field goal kicking, like, because you didn't need it, but still, like, you can't have that.
But just think if think about this though. Had he made that field goal, the Cowboys would have had 27.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have been 27-23. 27-22.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, in order for Seattle to even try to win it, they would have needed a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You see? But even, that could have came back and harmed them. That blown field goal. I just think after this year, I believe he's gone. Field goal kicker. I think they're gonna let him go.
Hey man, I wouldn't be mad because you gotta pay for accurate. Like, that's important, bro. You have to pay for accurate field goal kicking. Like, look, right. Bro, Janikowski, man, that was you didn't think about it, but that was basically the thing that turned the game over. Because, they were talking about you had the drop kick, they were drop kicking plays, and yeah, they went for two and got it, but Janikowski would have did that onside kick if he was healthy.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And then the onside kick situation, because it went right to Beasley, dude. It wasn't even like, it was up, it was high, and it went right to Beasley, dude. And after that, it was over. And then, we do the kneel downs and everything is good. I still don't know. All it says to me, really, all this game says to me, really, is that defense is real. Dak played a good game. There's still issues with him. And I'm more worried about, like, I continue to like Gallup every time I see him, because I think that's your number one receiver. I know what they got Amari Cooper for, but, bro, like, Michael Gallup is your number one receiver, period. Like, I know
you see Allen Hurns, dog?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh, dude! I felt so bad. I
didn't see the actual injury because I was away from the television, but yeah. I know what happened, and apparently, like, his foot was in a direction that it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was sad, man. He's a really cool guy too, man. Really cool guy. Tavon Austin is back in the mix.
For those of you that don't know, Minyon used to work at the Star. That's why we didn't really have him on the show, because for a while, because I didn't want him to get in trouble. But yeah, there was some things that I knew before the regular season, before things were implemented in the season. I was going to talk to you about your boy Tavon Austin. How'd that go for you, man? Because that run back kind of saved the game a little bit.
It did. You know what? He has his moments. He has his moments, man. That run back was nice. Would I let him continue to run the ball, return? Yeah, I let him keep returning it. I don't know.
I'd rather have him than Beasley. I like Beasley, but Beasley doesn't have that burst like that. If Tavon Austin's going to do that, yeah, I'll put Tavon Austin in the back and let him do what he does.
Yeah, I let him do it too. He can be a specialty guy all day long. Cole Beasley got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, I'm worried about the receiving core, bro. Because Allen Hurns is done. Cole Beasley is gimpy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like, yeah, man, I'm worried about that, bro. Like, who's gonna be your blankie? I'm not as worried because of the way Dak is. I'm just worried because of like weapons.
Yeah.
Because Dak doesn't. I'm worried because of weapons. Because Dak really doesn't have a favorite guy yet.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, like, because of the way the offense is, Amari Cooper, like, when Amari Cooper has a good game, you guys are going to be fine. Like, Dallas is going to be fine. But if you look at the numbers, it's Amari Cooper. And really, I was talking to Ramon about this. Ramon is my older brother, by the way, for people that don't know, that I mention periodically. But he doesn't come on the show, where he's just the biggest Cowboy fan that I know. But yeah, he kind of. So if I mention him, that's who I'm talking about. But I was talking to Ramon about like Amari Cooper and the Dak relationship. And remember how you used to tell me that one of the things that made Tony Romo's and Dez's relationship was Tony would just tell Dez where to go.
Right.
And he would just be like, be in the area, and then just throw up, and he'll throw up the ball, and Dez will go get it. I'm starting to, like, based on the interview that, it was like one of those after the game interviews. Based on the interview that I heard Amari give concerning Dak, Dak's starting to do that with him now.
Really?
Yeah, Dak's like, it's not as like simple as what, you know, because Dak will actually say, hey man, we gonna run this, be prepared for this, run this route. And Amari, like in the interview, Amari was like, hey man, run this route. And Amari said, dude, really? You want to run this again? And there's I'm watching the Baltimore game, and there's a goal line fumble. Buffalo picked it up, and nobody's touching dude. He ran it back.
Wow.
He ran it back, man. And I'm not seeing any flags. I'm not seeing it. Like, I can't. I don't know if there's any whistles. I'm not seeing any flags. I don't think they're. I don't think they changed it. Because they didn't change the. So I'm guessing they're trying to see if the ball broke the plane. The ball didn't break the plane, but I think they're going to say he was down. No, this is going to be a replay. I'm sorry, y'all, but I can't, like, actually have the game on in the background because, you know, copyright stuff, so I turned it down. They signaled this as a touchdown for the Chargers. They said he broke the plane. That's it, man. They said he broke the plane. Are you serious?
Wow, man. How you feel about that?
Hey, man, this game, like, I don't agree with it, but Cause one, he's dead. Like, they signaled it as a touchdown. One, he's down way before the ball breaks the plane, and two, he didn't have control of the ball anyway. It's not a touchdown. At best, it's he's down at the one. He's down at the one, and then they do it. I forget what down it is, but they either kick a field goal or they run another play for the Chargers. At worst, it's a fumble and touchdown for the Chargers, because if it's a fumble in the end zone, now they're probably going to call it like fumble in the end zone or dude is down, but they signaled it as a touchdown for the Chargers. That's a wrong call.
No, man.
What's going to be bad for Baltimore is because Baltimore ran it back like 99 yards to the end zone, and like they didn't signal touchdown for Baltimore. So Baltimore loses a score, But dude, this isn't a touchdown at any stretch of the imagination here. You know what I'm saying? It's not. In anything, he's down by contact on the 1 yard line. And really, I would challenge the spot of the ball because he was trying to reach for the goal line and he was losing control of the ball. So that's a fumble. But they're not gonna call it like what they should call it, fumble return for a touchdown for the Ravens. It'll be fumble return. It'll be fumble down at the 1 Chargers.
Wow.
Anyway,
Who do you think gonna pull it out?
Right now, even if this call gets reversed, it's 12-3 Chargers. Like I said in the last show, man, even though the Chargers, even though I think the Chargers had the lesser seed, the Chargers got this game. Like, this game has completely been a defensive whatever, and the Chargers really has been able to dominate the game. Okay.
They've been able to dominate it?
They've been able to dominate it, man, the majority of the game. So, call overturned. So, again, I can't, I can't have the audio. But, yeah, call overturned, which I figured. So, it's either now, what is it going to be now? Is it going to be fourth and goal? That's the right call. Well, actually, the right call should have been fumble in the end zone, run back for a touchdown. But they're saying he was down he was down at the 1 yard line. So he's at the 1 yard line. They're gonna go for it now, and now he's in there. So it's 18-3 Chargers now.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
So you think Chargers gonna taste?
Yeah, bro. It's the fourth quarter with 14 minutes left, and they haven't been able to do anything. The Baltimore hasn't been able to do nothing. So there's no hope unless Phillip Rivers gets injured or something. Defensively, they haven't been able to do anything.
So who do you think? Who's coming out of this game?
Who's
they gonna play after this? Finally.
Kansas City. Whoever's out of Kansas City and who is it? They went for 2. 20, bro. It's 20-3. They went for 2, man.
Oh man, rub it in.
I know, right? But yeah, man, going back to the Cowboys though, man. It's gonna be interesting, bro. But Tavon Austin, he kind of saved the game with that return, and I was talking about Gallup though. I was talking about Amari Cooper and Dak's relationship. During the interview, Amari Cooper was like Dak would tell him hey man, we're gonna run this route, just kind of run this route. He's like, really? You want to do that again? And he's like, yeah man, just run the play. So he runs the route, and it ended up being a touchdown a couple games ago. So yeah. Dak and Amari they're having they're clicking. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the sake of the offense and the team, I think that's good. I just don't know if that means you're going to have to pay Dak a lot of money for 5 years.
Well, he did. I mean, he did get, when you think about it, he got us to playoffs with the team that he had, or has.
Mm-hmm.
All that's going to go into a factor too, man. Now, had we not gone to the playoffs, the whole issue about him getting paid more money wouldn't even be a topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't even be a topic because you know what would happen.
Right.
It'd be no. We'll franchise you right now.
Now you can't. Now the conversation would be, let's give him the money, and then don't let y'all beat either the Rams or the don't let it end up being like the Rams or the damn Saints, and then you beat one of them again, and you end up being in the championship game. Oh, that's getting paid then.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's crazy about it though is I thought about the Cowboys and Rams, and I don't see. I can actually see the Cowboys beating them.
I know the Cowboys can beat them. I saw the Bears beat the Rams. The Cowboys and the Bears, they got a similar, the defense is takeaway defense. And you have a special linebacker by the name of Van Der Esch. And he can do multiple things. Like, bro, it's not
drop back in the coverage. I mean, it's just they do everything.
Yeah, like, please tell me they thinking about putting Flacco in the damn game. They're thinking about putting Flacco in the game. Are you serious?
For what?
Because Flacco put his helmet on. Like, you know what? You've basically given the team to Lamar Jackson. Let him have this bad game and let him have this experience.
Him do it.
Let him have this experience. Don't do that.
And what you even know why they benched Flacco in the first place?
Because
he wasn't getting it done.
Because Lamar Jackson's better. Lamar Jackson's the future. Lamar Jackson's better. Let him have this L. Like, I hate that, man. You let him have this L. You're not losing any. Harbaugh's not going anywhere. You're not ain't nobody losing their gig. It's the Chargers. The Chargers was just in a weird situation where, they didn't get a bye. But the Chargers are a better team than Baltimore. Let Lamar Jackson get this win, get this L.
And that could be the reason why they're doing so well too, man. Is they didn't have a bye week.
You mean the Chargers?
The Chargers, yeah, man. That's probably why they're doing so well. Because, I never have agreed with bye weeks. Because if you're hot, you're hot. And a bye week can kind of throw things off, man.
That's why
I never agree with bye weeks.
That's why I'm scared of this bro. That's why I'm scared of this Philly and Bears game. And the second half of this is going to be my reaction to the Bears thing. I'm scared of the Bears game later today because Foles is hot.
Yeah.
And Foles has got that, like I said, man, like the last show. Foles has this pixie dust right now, and he's on this tear. And he may snap off, and he may pull the greatest upset ever and be on another Super Bowl run. Like, but yeah, bro, like whoever they end up going against, like, it's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough for whoever's coming off the bye because, like, the Chargers put up 20 points basically in the second half of this game. Or no, the Chargers put up most of their points in the second half of this game. So,
yeah,
crazy, yo. But real quick, man, and then I'm gonna hit the record button off. Did you see the Indy game?
I did.
What'd you think?
I did.
What'd you think?
Man, Andrew Luck, dude. I'm not a big fan of Andrew Luck, but I give him his props.
You sound defeated when you.
No, it's just I'm not a Colts fan. And I know Indy fans are going nuts because it's like Andrew Luck's like first season back fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary to a point because it's his first season back. I personally I ain't got nothing really bad to say about him. Congratulations, you won, but you're not getting past the Cowboys. You're not getting past the Bears. No. You're going home. Enjoy this while you can. He's going home.
He still got he still got a lot of AFC games to go against, man. It's really, bro. Like on the real, that defense, man, made Deshaun look very average. Didn't it though? Man, because they stopped the big play. Because Deshaun has an arm. They were just like, all right, so we're gonna put people in the backfield and try to throw it if you want, but no, it's not gonna work.
Right, because we got a no-fly zone set up. So we're ball hawking this whole game.
Bro, that's what happened, man. It was just he couldn't do anything.
Which is, it's kind of. I thought Houston would have pulled it off, but it just didn't happen, man. I was like, okay, Sean Watson, man, he's trying to. Okay, we've seen some good things out of him, but it just shows once again why Houston has to go home.
He didn't They stopped the he was the best. Deshaun Watson was the best when he was out the pocket. He ran for 76 yards. They almost made him because it seemed like the play calling was, let's see if we can get a big play in the first half, and it wasn't working. Meanwhile, Andrew Luck was just picking apart their secondary. It wasn't even funny. And then it was almost like when Texans was trying to do underneath stuff and letting their people work in space, the Colts were saying, we're going to let you get the underneath stuff. We're just going to stop you from... It was almost like the early aughts Bears with the Lovie Smith Bears, where it was bend, don't break. Because if you look at Deshaun Watson's numbers, it was 29 of 39 for 235 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and then he ran for 76 yards. If you look at the numbers, he had a decent game, but he just couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything.
He couldn't, as far as getting in the end zone, he couldn't do anything. So you know what I'm saying? I'm actually glad Indy won. I actually thought Indy was gonna win. Just because their squad is better than Houston. I'm not saying Houston is bad, but their squad is better. You know what I'm saying? And Booger McFarland brought up a very interesting point. Do you have experienced corners or do you have old corners? Because he was saying, yeah, well, everybody's saying you have experienced corners, but do you really have experienced corners or do you look old? Because the Colts made the Texans corners look really old yesterday, and I agree with him, man, because it was interesting. It was an interesting situation. I'm seeing guys that used to play for the Bears, the Dontrell Inman sighting, the 53 yards and 1 touchdown, bro.
Yeah.
Dontrell Inman was a Bears wide receiver that had the speed, but it didn't work well, and he had been bouncing around. And I'm thinking T.Y. Hilton made an appearance, and Dontrell Inman made an appearance, and I was like, where did you come from? I didn't even know I didn't even know Dontrell was on the Colts, and T.Y. Hilton was because sometimes T.Y. Hilton doesn't make an appearance, and he made an appearance. That was Andrew Luck's favorite receiver next to Ebron, Eric Ebron. So, but I was like, where are these people coming from? So, but yeah, man. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm worried about the Bears game later on today. I'm hoping that they win, and We'll go from there. And when everything gets settled tomorrow, I'm gonna get your everything gets settled and we know the stuff for tomorrow. I'm gonna get your opinion about next week, the divisional rounds.
Yeah, we have to.
But anyway, thanks, man, for getting your thoughts on the game. You got anything?
No problem.
You got any other things you want to say about the Cowboys or anything?
How about some Cowboys?
There it is.
Let's get it on next week.
There it is. Well, that sucked. Man, that's frustrating. That whole situation, that whole game was a frustrating watch. That whole game was a frustrating. It was frustrating to watch. It was frustrating to watch toward the end because I'm like, come on, man, they really about to snap off, and Nick Foles is about to get in the end zone, and don't let them win this game. And they won the game off of Parkey missing a field goal. Parkey had a good kicking day. He was 3 for 3 until that kick, and they made sure he was in his range. In that direction, they made sure his range was 53 yards. They made sure he was like 47 or 43 yard field goal or something like that, and he hit the upright, hit the side, and it tends to do. It's like the 5th time that happened this season, if you count the playoffs, and he lost. But this game was always. It was weird because they could never get in the end zone. Mitch had a real good game, 303 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Let me get the actual completion attempt stat here, 26 to 43. Good game, under control. It wasn't a lot of. There was an interception that was. It was an interception that was actually called back because the defender couldn't get his knee down, or couldn't get another foot down. But pretty much after that, it was there was that, and then there was one pass where it was kind of like, where's he throwing to? But statistically, he had a real good game. They just couldn't get in the end zone, man, and that was the frustrating part. And for some reason, against Minnesota, Jordan Howard, he had a crazy running game, and they just showed the Bears running game, and everything was awesome, and they just didn't want to run the ball. There were penalties everywhere to make sure Philly was in the game, and Nick Foles was able to get drives, get a closing drive, and Golden Tate proved that that trade was worth it. This isn't going to be a full, a measured breakdown like I usually do it, because I usually write stuff and then I go down. I don't feel like writing here. I feel like just giving you basically what I saw in raw emotion here, and it's frustrating, man, because the Eagles should have lost that game. The Bears are a better football team than Philadelphia Eagles. Period. They are. They just are. They're going up against their backup QB, and the Bears' defense is better. The Eagles' defense played well, because they kept them out the end zone. They kept the Bears out the end zone. When you have 3 field goals and 1 touchdown, and you hold a team to 15 points, you did a good job. The Bears, on paper, are a better defensive team than the Eagles. Should have won that game. Period. Cut Parkey. I don't care if they got him to another deal. I don't care if he's a Calvinist Christian that, is real religious and believes that, he's here for a reason and all that stuff. And I bring that up because I'm a Christian and I respect the brother's faith, but he can't kick. And the Bears, they decided to let Robbie Gould go a few years ago, and they ain't been right ever since. So yeah, that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens now? Well, obviously you need a kicker. What happens now is I'm going to continue to cover the rest of the football season. Me and Minyon Garrett are going to continue to do shows or podcasts until the Super Bowl, and then I'm going to cover the Bulls now. So after football season, and I really haven't been motivated to do that because the Bulls suck really bad. Even though I think they're going to end up being better under Jim Boylan than Fred Hoiberg. And I'm probably the only person in Chicago that thinks that way. But if you look at his record, and if you look at the record that Fred Hoiberg had this season, they're going to end up being better. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing because they're trying to get they're trying to get a top 2 draft pick, either Zion Williamson or R.J. Barrett. But, they digress. I can go deeper into the Bulls, but this isn't the Bulls thing. This is a football show. I'm just kind of in shock still, man, because I didn't want this to end. Like, I was the dude throughout this season on this podcast and on YouTube too, because the backups are going to be on YouTube. But I've consistently said this team is an 8-8 team. And they surprised the hell out of me because I did not expect them to go 12-4. We have a window, as long as Mr. Trubisky is on a rookie deal, we have a window to win a Super Bowl. And I figured once they beat the Rams, I was like, okay, they can get to the Super Bowl now. And I did not. I was scared of the Eagles. I thought I was scared of the Eagles when I found out they were going to be in there, and I was like, I don't know, because Nick Foles is going to have this crazy like pixie dust thing on him, and sure enough, the magic continues, and he figured out a way to win. So, it's frustrating, man. It really is. But anyway, I will see you guys next week. And we'll go from there. Anyway, I'm out. Thank you guys for listening. Later.